So we're going to bring you more now on the breaking news out of Coutts, Alberta, where RCMP say they have arrested and detained 11 people connected with the blockade there. We've got the CBC's Hilary Johnstone tracking the very latest. So Hilary, take us through what we know.
Well, Andrew, RCMP in Alberta say that they became aware of a small organized group within that larger Coutts border protest, border blockade, that had weapons, ammunition, and that seemed to indicate that if police were to try and move in and end that blockade, that they might be willing to act. So as a result of all of this, and we've heard from Alberta's Premier Jason Kenney that this investigation has been ongoing for a number of days now, but as a result of all of this, they have arrested and detained 11 people. Want to just go through a little bit of what was seized, some of these items. 13 long guns, handguns, multiple sets of body armor, a machete, a large quantity of ammunition, and high-capacity magazines. So we understand from the RCMP that they went in and they executed a search warrant in the early hours of this morning, early Monday morning. I want to play a little bit now as well of some of what we've heard from Alberta's Premier Jason Kenney in response to all of this.
Those who have been impatient about enforcement, I ask them to understand that this investigation has been ongoing over the past week, and the RCMP obviously did not want to escalate the situation that could provoke potential violence until they had a tactical plan in place at the appropriate time to take enforcement action and to seize these weapons, as they've done early this morning.
So RCMP have been indicating that they had intelligence, had information that suggested that some of these people in this group were willing to use force against the police if they were to move in and try and disrupt that blockade. Here's a little bit more. I want to read a little bit more of what the police are saying about this group. So, quote, an example of the militant mindset of a small segment of the protest earlier in the evening at approximately 8 p.m., a large farm tractor and a semi-truck, both involved in the blockade, attempted to ram a police vehicle. The police officer was able to reposition and avoid the collision. It goes on to say that police followed the suspects to a location where the protesters were gathered. The driver of the tractor was identified, and we are actively working to locate him so he can be taken into custody. So just to give you a little bit more of a sense of what the police are saying right now, we just heard there from the Premier, from Jason Kenney. He also went on to say that what has been happening at that Coutts border will no longer be tolerated. He called this investigation and what we have just learned about these arrests a delicate security challenge. He also went on to say that his message to anyone who is still at that Coutts border, that all you've done is inconvenience thousands of hardworking truckers, who've been forced to travel further to try and get around this blockade in the past couple of weeks, and also saying that what we have just learned underscores the severity of what has been happening.
Hilary, thank you. The CBC's Hilary Johnstone live in Ottawa.